Click the link in the description for free Amsoil catalog. And for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection, Kings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsburg, Vermont. And last, I am your independent Amsoil dealer. Click the link in the description for your free Amsoil catalog. And not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising. Good evening and welcome to the podcast. I'm really glad you're here. Now, I have a robust lineup of muscle car entertainment on tap for you tonight. But before we get into all of that, I want to make sure that everything is working properly. You can see my face and hear my voice. I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. Please determine whether you are a first-time viewer or a regular viewer. First-time viewers, if this is your first time hanging out with us, I hope you have a time to decide to join us here each and every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, this podcast simulcasts to 8 different places across Facebook and YouTube. So wherever you're viewing this right now, go back in 1 week's time, and we'll be waiting for you with another fun episode. To other viewers who are here week after week, month after month, and season after season, you are the ones who make this possible, and we really, really appreciate that. Let's take a quick comment here, and we'll bring our friends on, and we'll get this party. Our good friend and regular viewer, Mike Whiteside, is here saying, hello, fellas. Hello back. It's great to see you. We appreciate that. And let me just switch screens here, and we will get here we go. Our good friend Rob. And how you doing, Rob? Nice to see you.
I'm doing good, Mike. And yourself?
Very good. Very good.
Heat down there.
Very hot. It's a little better today than it's been, but it's still hot. How about over there?
It's too hot for me. I'm made for winter.
Sure. I hear it. Now, I was messaging with Virgil earlier. He's planning to join us tonight. He should be popping in here at some point. And I also need to offer an explanation to our viewers. I have been away the last few weeks. I had a chest cold about a month ago. The chest cold came and went pretty quickly, but I had a lingering cough for just weeks and weeks. So that's why I've not been able to do the podcast. So I still have it even a little bit now. But so I apologize to everyone, but we're hoping to get back on track here. And we've got another comment that's come in. State Art Fosler from Kiel, New York, regular viewers. Wonderful to see. And they are regular viewers from the very beginning, by the way. We really appreciate that. But any thoughts, Rob, before we get started to get into this? Or
well, as we've on, I don't know if I remember what to do.
Exactly, it's true. It feels kind of odd. Like, what are we doing next? You know?
Yep.
It'll all come back to us.
Good to be back.
Yes, for sure. Now, we've got some things. Rob's been very busy. He's got some things he's working on, and in a few minutes, we're going to get into that. He's going to tell us all about it. But before we do, I've got a dear friend of mine, one of my childhood friends and neighbors. Her name is Carol Ann. This is a photo. I ran into her at Walmart ago, and we took this. But she was at the car show, Bentley's Bar and Grill in Arundel, Maine on Thursday. And she was sending me all these images of the cars she was taking pictures of. And her boyfriend's car is in this as well. In fact, this car right here is her boyfriend's car, which is a very nice car. So let me cue this up. It's cue up this video clip here. We're going to look at these images that she sent us. Popcorn going. Good luck. It's taking a moment to load, I think. Funny, the first video clip always takes a moment to load. So there you go. Yes, thank you to my dear friend from Child and sent me those images, and we really appreciate that. I hope she's viewing tonight, and yeah, we thank her so much for that. Rob, anything catch your eye in that?
Oh, there was a lot of gorgeous car. Her husband, boyfriend, or whatever car is pretty nice too. It's
Yes,
just a
right there.
nice blend of paint in it with a stuff really nice.
Yes,
Yeah,
really set it off nice too.
that's good. And the vehicle picture was blowing up. I wasn't sure what kind of car it was. I don't know if it's a Ford or Chev the way it's blowing up because the fenders are so on it, but it's such a smooth body car.
Yes, very nice. And I can usually identify cars 80s, but when it comes to the 40s and 50s, I'm kind of iffy, so I'm not sure what that is either.
Well, I know it's not a factory grill.
True.
It's not a factory front end on it. And yeah, but it's nice making it look. And the first car is I like that van too.
That was really cool.
And if you look at the rad, you don't see anything in there. I wonder if that's one with the engine in the rear box.
Oh, yes. Could be.
Yeah.
Could very well be.
Yeah.
And
T-buckets look like to be a fun car to drive.
Yes. Whoops, just passed it.
Yeah. When you open that exhaust there. Eliminate the mufflers, open up the exhaust. I think there's two pictures of it.
Okay. You're saying about the exhaust?
Oh, especially when you can open up the exhaust there. It'd be quite noisy. Yeah. And in the background one time, there was a race car with number 48 on it. I think we seen that at a couple other car shows, that one. The guy drives it on the road.
Yes.
Yeah,
well, this, I believe, this is an Excalibur, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, I think.
But we've got a few comments that have come in. Let's take those. Let's see. Our good friend John Spranger Jr. is here. Nice to see you from Elon, Wisconsin. Regular viewer from the very beginning. Also, our good friend out in Australia, Terry Mountney. In fact, Terry, we need to get you and Plymouth Dale, I think is his name. We need to get the two of you back on the podcast sometime and do like we've done over in the hear what the word is from Australia with a car.
Oh, they got winter now, don't they?
I think they do.
Yeah.
Yes. And what's winter like out there for you, Terry? Let us know what it is like. Is it real cold or is it a mild?
Oh, it probably gets down to 60.
Yeah. And then our good friend Mike Whiteside said, "Oh, the Firebird at the beginning, yes, black and yellow. This is a Firebird. I think I called that over there. But yeah, that's a sweet looking car there.
Yeah, the first one you showed was a Camaro with a neat looking license plate right there.
Yes.
FTO mod. Yeah.
Very cool.
Must represent something, the license.
Yes. Well, cool. So let me pull this away. And again, we thank my dear friend Carolyn for those images. We appreciate that. Appreciate her participating in the podcast. And also, like I said, she's a lifelong friend and just really appreciate our friendship and just all through. It's just her and her sibling are just wonderful, wonderful people all through the years. But so we're going to do some quick announcements, and then Rob has got a whole lot of stuff he's going to be talking to us about tonight. Do announcements real quick. We're going to do announcements in Amsoil. So I've got a quick announcement. The 16th of July, we're going to have, you've probably seen these magazines in Walmart and other places that sell quality periodicals, the Auto Roundup publications. We've got the Truck Roundup, the Classic Car Roundup, 70s cars, Mopar, things like this. Well, we're going to be talking to the president and publisher of these publications on July 16th, so you do not want to miss that episode. We're very much looking forward to meeting him and finding out all about these publications and just hanging out with him and having a good time. The other announcement that I had is if you're a business and you're in need of help with video, podcasting, Facebook, YouTube, anything like that, I'm happy to try and help you with that. So if you're curious about that, please give me a jingle. My number is on the screen. Also, if you're interested in any of these podcasts we do the Muscle Car Show and Tell podcast, the Vintage Snowmobile podcast, as well as Ben's Vintage Mini Bike podcast. So if you're interested in some kind of an advertising package, any or all of those, we'd be happy to talk to you about that. Again, this thing is from that cold I had go. But yeah, so basically, Rob, the rest of the show is yours. I know you're going to make an announcement about Amsoil, and then you're going to tell us about something else you've been working on.
Okay. You can have your throat take a break.
Yes, please.
I do the video show, I do the mini bike show, and I also do a STP boat race event, and that's with those guys. And I got an email last week. The guy asked me how many different kinds of Amsoil products there is. Well, I'm only going to go through a few. They can't go through all of them, but our biggest product we 530. We have 8 different kinds of signature oils. This is the one good for 24,000 kilometers or 1 year. And our next product is our XL extended life oil. It's good for 12,000 or 1 year. That's why I sell the fleet. Some vehicles use oil, some don't. And then we have our OE oil. That's what the manufacturer likes. OE comes in it comes in 5 different grades also. We also have a complete line of premium oil. People with the older motorhomes and stuff like that, because it's a high zinc. It's 1,000 older motorhomes, older trucks that do a lot of miles. And this was good for 25,000 miles or 1 year also. A lot of them like that. We've already talked a number of times about the 3 different kinds of Z-Rod oil we have. 14 parts per million of zinc. And then if you want to go 16 parts per million, we have an Amsoil racing oil. Comes in 5 different grades. Yes. Racing oil, we also have a complete line of diesel oil for racing applications. Amsoil's getting big in racing and doing a lot with diesel, gas, and everything. We have a special oil just for Bridge and Stratton racing go-kart engines, T4. What are we gonna? Oh, this is a big seller for me. Brake-in oils. When people build put a brake-in oil just for dyno testing and then dump it. Amsoil's good for 500 miles, so you can run the engine for a while. Has 2,000 parts per million of zinc in it, so it's high zinc, good for the and everything. I have to look this up. European 6 different kinds of European oils. There's all the European oils complete different rating. There's laps they rate them by, not by API ratings. We have got to look at my list here. 5 different 4-stroke oils for boats, snowmobiles, ATVs, stuff like that. 3 different kinds of small engine oils: 510W40, 5W30, 10W30. And with the small engines, a good product of mine is zero-turn oil. A lot of people, the zero-turn line and one side of the pump burns up for the other ones. Just eliminate the problems. Makes it run cooler. 4 different kinds of dirt bike oils. Yeah. 4 different kinds of ATV and UTV oils. And we have 4 different kinds of motorcycle oils. Now, I want to show as we do this 20W50, we have a bike sitting out in front of the booth and we leave it running from 8 o'clock in the morning until 6 o'clock at night. And it's a Harley. And it will not overheat with Amsoil in it. It also comes in a complete kit available. High mileage vehicles. If you got a vehicle with 100,000 miles, you need a little bit thicker oil. We have it available. And people don't know that also take oils in them. We have a hybrid oil available. Our gear loops, I really like this container. Toothpaste container, I call it. It's really easy to fill up the rear end, the transmission, or something like that. And this week, we've been doing a lot of promoting with CTV oils. If you have a CTV transmission, I won't mention Hondas, you should check into it. There's a recall, and they're not recalling them when they break. The problem is, once they break, parts aren't available for it. You want to eliminate the problem, put in an oil that's going to start running 20 to 50. We also have diesel oil, 6 times the recommended, and also 4 times the recommended qualifications of the oil. We have a racing oil, and we also have a commercial grade, and there's 9 different gear loops we have available. Everybody's heard of 75W90, 75-110 for the 50 for mod trucks, all upside down. That way the gears are still getting loaded. But that's 16 out of the 32 pages of Amsoil products we have available. If you want to know more about the Amsoil product, you can click on Mike's link, get one of these catalogs. It has a little description about all we have available. Or you can send Mike a message, and he can send you a brochure just on his rod or every single you want, and buy the product at the best possible discount. Become a preferred customer. Costs you $10 for 6 months. And by being a preferred customer, Mike has a link down below you can click on. You save 25% on all your products. So a case of oil, $222, you're getting it for $160. That's the best, and they ship it right to your door free. And every time you order something, Amsoil always throws in a gift. A couple weeks ago, they came out with a complete line of car care products. So they had this handy dandy washing they threw and ordered $100 worth. Up till today, they have a dash and leather and vinyl. They have this special cloth for getting dashes and all that available up till today, and tomorrow they're going to have another promotion. So you want to know more about how to save the Amsoil products or about the Amsoil products? On the link Mike has available down below, and you can get catalogs or you can save and it comes right to your door. Oh, can't hear you, Mike.
Yes, sorry about that. We very much appreciate that, because when you use my link and my referral number, we get a commission. I'm signed up as a dealer under Rob, so when you order through me, he and I both benefit, and this is how we pay the bills here with the podcast. So we thank you if you're considering ordering referral number, and we thank also the people who have been. We really, you're helping to support the podcast with that. And then I think Rob has got a special guest he's working on bringing on the podcast, and he's going to tell us about that. Or did you have something else you were going to show us?
A number of years when I was at one of the Amsoil training course, they had a guy there with an Amsoil cup, and since I had lunch with him, he gave me a cup saying I had lunch with Banks. So anybody know about Mr. Banks? His biggest project I heard at the beginning was rear end cover. He's the only company I know that makes a rear end cover that makes your rear end cooler. Well, he's also a big Amsoil enthusiast, and he also likes racing vehicles. That's why we can't get a home this week. There's some big diesel race going on. I've seen pictures of him at Pike Peak with a car with a diesel engine in it that it didn't top the hill. It made miss. But he is really interesting in learning about how he started his business and how he promotes it and what new products he has available. Now, we've been in contact with him a couple times back and forth and trying to set up a date for him to come on to tell us how he started his company, why he started his company, and what's he got coming up. But until we can get a final date from him, we got some videos to show about what he has done.
Absolutely. And which one would you like to have me play first, Rob?
Let's do the short one with rear end cover. I like that one.
That is cool. All right, let's take a look here. We're
gonna today. I'm Gale Banks, and I'll show you some stuff about what under the sheets, so to speak. A lot of people wonder what's going on inside the tin cover on your end. There's a lot of theories, people popping Facebook. What's really going on? Well, let's do a plot. By the way, plastic thing where there's no drain in the plastic, just a life come. So we friends with F-150 Harley Ford, of course, and it's significant here setup. We've got it with a 75 W90 synthetic, and there are a number of things I want to talk about on this before we even spin it. We're going to spin it at 15 miles an hour. We're going to spin it at 30. With this thing up on the hoist, I don't want to go much further, and of course we pulled the rear tires and wheels off, so, and it's brake setup, so no drums are going to fly off. basically, we filled this to the factory fill level. And the first thing I wanted to point out, a lot of people go, oh, you got to fill the rear end high enough so the oil goes into the axle tubes. Well, what happens when you start running to that high enough thing? Here it is. It's filled to the forward level, and we're actually a bit below the axle tube. It might look a little different from the camera angle. Once we start running, you can reference these level marks and see what's going on with the actual level in the sump of the differential. As the ring gear turns, it carries lube with it and flings it a channel that's casting that takes it to both pinion bearings, all the way to the front and falling down on and lubing the rear pinion bearing. Also, I want you to notice what's going on in terms of spill off towards the axle tubes. In other words, there is a dynamic situation, even if you haven't filled it. So it flows into the axle tubes with this truck sitting still, which is meaningless. It needs to be in the axle tubes when the truck is moving. You'll notice there's enough action here as you get up to speed that you're actually going over these outside bearings and into the axle tubes. So let's fire this thing. And 15. All right, here we go. Right away, you see it start picking up lube at the ring gear. We're at 15 miles an hour. You can see the lube coming up. Direction change right here. If we had a squared off cover, that direction change would be pretty remarkable. By that I mean there'd be a whole lot of fluid action there and here. You can see a little bit down in here. Notice where the oil level is now? So much for getting it into the axle tube on this side. The other side is pretty dynamic because you have the ring gear and you have the speed transducer that gives you your speedo output. So you see the ring gear driving the lube up, and right here there's a bit of a square corner in this plastic model. Imagine, and of course I've got a better angle on what's happening turbulence-wise than you do, but I'm telling you, the lube is going up there and having to make a square corner, and it's doing a whole lot of work to the lube to make that happen. So imagine if the back of this was flat and it came out square corner, went up square corner, and went over. The fluid flow would look nowhere near as cool as this. So now looking over my shoulder, you can really see what I'm talking about. The lube, most of the lube is falling back down before it goes forward to the pinion bearing. And this is just a taste of what you'd have if this thing came back 3 inches and was dead flat. So let's go to 30. Can we go to 30? Here we go. So now we're at 30 miles an hour. You can only imagine what happens when you're at 60, 70, or 80. But you're getting spill off that I mentioned filling down into the axle tube. You'll also notice there's aeration in the lube right now. Now can we bring it down to idle? And go ahead and put on the brakes. Let's stop the ring gear. Now you'll notice the flow back in. Here comes the stock fill level. You notice it's foaming on top. I hope you all can see that. There's your air coming out of the lube as it sits still. The whole idea of different shapes to this housing has to do with maintaining the fluid travel with the ring gear. As you guys just saw at 15 miles an hour, you could really see it. If you change the shape from intended shape, believe that you want, as close as you can, you want the distance from the inside of the cover to the ring gear to remain as consistent as possible. So you've got a consistent lube velocity through that channel. And that's pretty sacred in there. What you do with fins, what you do to improve the heat transfer from the fluid through the material to the air, aluminum other than steel. Right off the cover out of aluminum, you get better heat transfer. That's true. Some guys have asked, well, I can carbon fiber. Well, that's pretty much an insulator. This plastic is an insulator. You really don't want to make them out of an insulator. You want to get the heat the hell out of the lube. You can see the amount of foam that's already coming out of the oil. Variation, we at least 12 graduated cylinder, reheat it to the original temperature it was when we put it into the graduated cylinder, and we look at the percentage reduction in oil volume. And the only way that can happen is the oil's not evaporating, the air's coming out. For those of you who've been following this, we've been at it 5 weeks now, and we're working every day. So I especially want to thank Curtis, who's up in the truck, running the action from upstairs. And of course, there's this fool who's under the truck while it's on the hoist and running. Don't do this at home. Anyhow, we're gonna be coming with the data, and we've really refined the test. My curiosity is kind of overwhelming, and I, by God, want the numbers. But the other side of me wants the numbers to be absolutely repeatable and testable by any of the guys whose covers I test. It's got to be dead honest. Secondly, I want the knowledge, and there's nowhere to find the knowledge. It's just not out there. So stay tuned. There's more on the way. If you want to follow along with the progress, or you want to follow along with all the other stuff we're doing, please subscribe. I think you'll find some enjoyable stuff, and maybe we'll all learn something.
Yeah, so thank you, Rob, for making that possible to view that. Seeing it with that clear cover is really something.
Yeah, that's the first thing I found out about him is the covers. But since then, he's got into making large horsepower out of diesel vehicles.
Nice.
Yeah, turbos and stuff like that. He says everybody's doing cars, but not too many people are doing diesels. So he went to Pikes Peak with a diesel-powered car.
That's amazing.
Very interesting man to talk to. Knows all the different manufacturer brands and what their problems are and how to solve them.
That's amazing. Very cool. And then while we were reviewing that, we had a couple of comments that came in. Terry Mountain, our good friend from Australia, saying it's 10 degrees, probably Celsius out there. He said he's going to see his friend Dale when he gets back from the holidays in September. And we would definitely look forward to bringing them back on the podcast again and hanging out with them and seeing what they're doing in Australia as far as their car scene. Also, here's a good one for you, Rob. Mike Whitesides wants to know if Amsoil makes a product similar to Seafoam.
No, not even close to Seafoam. Seafoam is 60% bleach. Bleach is a really good cleaner, and it's a lubricator. It will clean the injectors and pistons and all that. But if you let your engine sit for a week, bleach is really toxic to parts. So it leaves pipette marks, especially on a small engine. It really is harmful on the inside of the aluminum parts of the engines. So we do have a product that replaces that. That's our quick shot for the small engines and our PI for the gas. It will dissolve the dirt in the gas tank, clean the injectors. It cleans exhaust intakes, top of the pistons. And one customer of mine says you get 2 to 3 times longer life out of your catalytic converter because you're keeping it clean by adding Amsoil PI cleaner.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. And then there was another clip that you were wanting to show us. Did you want to discuss that before we play that?
The time I met him at Amsoil, he was down 2 days ahead of us doing a tour through the plant. And this is his tour going through the plant, and they're showing them how they make the product and they're testing and how I think they show how they change from one product to the next. It's really interesting. They have a little device called a pig, but it's a rubber thing that goes through the line. It cleans all the lines out before they switch from gear lube to engine oil, and that way there's nothing in between getting mixed that shouldn't be. Yeah.
Nice. No cross-pollination, so to speak.
Yep.
Yes. Well, cool. Let's play this and we'll have a look here.
Welcome to Engineering Unboxed, where every day is Christmas.
Oh.
Diesels are notorious for putting soot in the engine oil. I'm going to show you a way to get the soot the hell out of there. Hi, I'm Gale Banks. Here's a story you may not know. Back about 1970, we were heavily into the marine engine business. Not diesel, gasoline. Oldsmobile approached us to build an endurance racing engine out of their 455 V8. At the time, there was a guy drag racing Oldsmobiles out here on the coast. In 1969, they hired him to build a boat racing engine. There were lots of problems with taking that mid-range design Oldsmobile that loafed its way through its life in a big-ass car and turning it into a racing engine that would run 5,200 RPM up to 9 hours straight at wide open throttle, which was the Parker 9-hour Enduro.
3, 2, 1.
APBA and the National Jet Boat Association both had championship series. They ran in parallel. They couldn't get the engine to live for a 20-minute sprint race. They kind of threw up their hands, and a magazine guy who knew what we did suggested they come to us. So they came to us. We built a 455 Olds powered jet boat with a jacuzzi jet on it, and the number on the side of the boat was 455. And since we took kind of a laid-back approach to doing all this kind of stuff, the boat was named Nice and Easy, driven by Barry Lieberman. Barry Lieberman ran Hardin Marine down in Anaheim. We not only won the APBA Jet Boat Championship, we also won the NJBA, National Jet Boat Association Championship. And then we took it to Parker, Arizona for the Parker 9-hour, and we won our class in the 9-hour. Shortly after that whole program went down, Oldsmobile decided they wanted to build a diesel engine for use in Oldsmobile cars and also GMC pickup trucks. They asked me to come and talk to the guys on the diesel program. And I told them a couple of things. And one of them was, you need more head bolts. You're going to blow head gaskets, because their design was nominally 16-to-1 compression ratio. You need to do 4-bolt mains because you're going to kick the crank in the street. And you need to do a roller tappet camshaft because the soot in the oil destroys the zinc dithiophosphate in the oil package. Zinc dithiophosphate is the extreme pressure lubricant additive that was used at that time. A more modern version of zinc dithiophosphate is used right up to today. Those 350s were the most notoriously unreliable engines. Much as I hate to say it, the engines blew in every way I predicted. They had crank problems, they had head gasket problems, and they flattened the cams. The issue here was the Olds 350 diesel destroyed the idea of having a diesel engine in a passenger car. It was so bad that Mercedes-Benz stopped importing diesel cars into the United States for 6 years because nobody would buy them. The final fix for the whole situation was they discontinued the 350 engine, and GM designed a 6.2-liter V8 for use in the 82 pickups, Chevy and GMC. So soot is the enemy of engine oil. Even current diesel engines still produce some soot, and it gets into the oil. If you look at my 2019 Ford Mule, in the Ford owner's manual, it gives you the oil change interval, and then it says if you're doing heavy towing or working the truck hard, you should change your oil more often. Why is that? My suspicion is, as the soot builds up in the oil package, when you're working harder, you're producing more soot. Some of it goes out and gets trapped in the DPF, the diesel particulate filter, and some of it goes past the rings into the oil. That's just how it is. I had a look at the oil the other day in this Ford. It's still the factory fill. It's overdue for changing. And I thought, you know what? Let's have a look at that oil. And lo and behold, there's soot in the damn oil. The problem is that today's conventional oil filters only filter down to about 20 microns. But I've been hearing about bypass filtration systems for 60 years. I've never tried one. So I thought, I'm going to try one on that Ford. So I called up my buddies at Amsoil and I said, you guys make bypass oil filtration systems, right? And they said, yeah, well, what do you need? And I said, I got a 2019 Ford. And they said, one's in the mail today. So I got it. It's a lot of boxes for a bypass oil system. Let's have a look at what we've got here. Engine degreaser. Mudslinger. It actually says Mudslinger. Box number 2. Somewhere there must be a bypass filtration system. Next item. Synthetic firearm lubricant. I got a use for that. Synthetic air tool oil. Got a use for that as well. Bypass filtration system. Miracle Wash. Is Miracle Wash something you use for baptisms? That's really off color, isn't it? Heavy duty metal protector. Oh my. Okay. The last box has what? The box says 10W40 synthetic dirt bike oil. But there's no dirt bike oil in here, but there's an oil analysis pump kit, prepaid UPS oil analysis kit. Everything you need to ship the oil sample to the lab is in here, including the sample bottle itself. One of the cautions I'll give you on oil analysis is the plug. You'll get stuff kind of precipitated out oil on the bottom. So your sample gets of that a pan, not representative. It's actually going in the oil. So a kit that allows you to go down the stick tube, which is all about, and pump it out is what is kind of back, and it pumps it right into the thread sample, and you vacuum oil out of the end of the sample bottle. Sample kits, boy, here we are life. This is an Amsoil refrigerator. Yeah. Oh, baby. I'm sure the for a tool. Well, my wife tomorrow morning will be great. There'll be days on. She's play. Get me wrong, but she's real. He keeps the house. Anyhow, I have got bypass like this. What they threw in here. A wash. All right, slinger. Heavy duty metal protector. So there's a protector. In California, the guys that are really into the engine, keep the engine pristine. The whole underhood is show with most of the cool. I had no oil, made all this stuff. Time for the bypass system. So a bypass oil system takes a small percentage of the engine oil from a high pressure source. It could be at the stock oil filter location. It could be where the oil pressure is located. It varies from application to application. So what do we get in the box here? So it's a two-stage pleated and layered construction, fully synthetic, marine powder-coated shell, and it's 98.7% efficient absolute at 2 microns per the ISO standard 4548-12. At 2 microns, the media is so refined in this thing, it could be a diesel fuel filter. Okay, we've got a length of Parker air brake hose. That's pretty cool. So this thing, this 500, if you're running 50 to 100 pounds of oil pressure, you got a 5-to-1 over design. A lot of headroom with this stuff. It's not going to fail. It looks like we've got, here's the source of the oil for the Ford. So this spins on where your oil filter would be. The oil filter spins on it, and an eighth pipe feeds pass filter. Have a look at this filter while we're at it. This rascal will hold a lot of very fine particles. Now, I haven't read the instructions, but I think I figured this out. This is the return fitting. And I think it replaces the oil cap where you fill the oil. So you've got ramps machined into it. It twists in and seals just like the stock filler cap does. So the line coming out of the filter goes to this. Now there's got to be an intermediate step here that mounts the filter itself. And I'm pretty sure this is it. Sweet. The oil flow is from the outside through these ports out to the outside of the filter media, through the filter media to the center, and back through this control orifice that controls the flow rate of the oil. And the last thing in the box, other than the instructions, is all the hose fittings and mounting hardware. Now, these hose ends are not just push-ons. These are high quality industrial hose ends, swivels. Very nice package. There's tie wraps and what appears to be some Loctite. These guys package stuff the way we do. I really like this. You don't have to go to the hardware store and get tie wraps or whatever else you might need. So how the heck does this whole thing work? Oil is picked up out of the oil sump, drawn into the pump, out of the pump to the full flow filter, and out of the filter to the engine bearings, the valve guides, the piston skirts, the wrist pins, all of that. Flows by gravity back into the oil sump. The pressure sensor, oil pressure gauge, is tapped into the line from the filter to the engine bearings. That's where you measure engine oil pressure. In the second diagram, the pump is omitted. It would be in the line from the oil pan to the filter. Then out of the center or core of the filter, the oil flows to the camshaft, to the rocker arms, to the bearings, and ultimately to the piston skirts and pins as well. And then it just naturally drains back into the sump. The bypass filter takes the filtered high-pressure oil, a small amount, in this case less than 5% of the pump's output, and it flows through this special Amsoil filter and then back into the sump. It's called a bypass system because it bypasses the engine bearings and all the workings of the engine. So this is designed for work truck use. Hot shot, big trailer, camper, whatever you're doing, long mountain grades, you're not buzzing the snob like you are in a racing application. This, I will, on a racing engine. Boy, it's for every other. Let's take hot shot, for example. You got a hell of an aero load flatland. You're into the deal that's producing more soot. More to it, working the truck. All models, since they spend filters, have been tuned to minimize output in the first place. Tuning that way also mileage. But the particulate filter is still absorbing soot and reading to burn that soot up so that it doesn't be. So there's soot being produced, there's soot getting into the oil. Well, you can go way. I am convinced that if you intend to keep your truck for any period of time beyond the warranty, this is great insurance. I'm certainly doing it.
Yeah, so that's good right there. Especially
the video we sent you, Mike.
yes. Yes. Towing a car to a racetrack, car events. That's the right there.
Yeah, make me.
Yeah, fully full screen here.
Here on the shear, the filter, and if you look at this top, this screws into the filter was before, and both filters are on the up, and then it goes right into the where the oil filter was screwed in before. That's our newest design.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's even better than what he was illustrating.
The promoter for this product was Bobby Unser, a 3-time Indy winner.
Wow.
Yeah. He's the one that helped design it and helped invent it. And when he was at our convention talking about it, he said, driving down the road with 5 quarts of oil in your car every 5 minutes, it cleans the oil cleaner than what brand new oil starts off at.
Really?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. But Mr. Banks is a very interesting person to talk to, and we look forward to having him come on as soon as we get the date set.
For sure. Yeah, we appreciate your efforts on that. Can't wait to meet him.
And Mike, send me an email that everybody who sent a comment tonight, and I'll send them one of those magnetic things, and send me an email for the guy that asked about the sea foam, and I'll ask him whether he wants it for 2-stroke or 4-stroke, and I'll send him a free Amsoil product.
Yeah, I think
And
there might have
maybe
been a
he can
couple.
compare it and come back on and tell us what the difference is.
Good
I
idea.
like it when you.
Yes. To Amsoil, it really is. It speaks for itself, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the proof is in the pudding. Just don't put pudding in your oil filler. That'd be asking for trouble.
Yeah.
But cool. So we've got about 8 minutes left. Did you have any more on this, Rob, before we switch gears? Because I've got a video clip I was going to play.
No, but I thought the video we were going to show was him walking through the plant. But we'll do that next time when he comes on.
Oh, okay. My apologies. I thought
Yeah.
that was the one.
Well, I think that's the one I sent you the first time, but I sent you 2 different ones this time, I think. So
Yes, that
yeah.
must be it.
Yep.
That must be it.
Yeah.
But I've got another video clip. This is from a car show in 2021 down in Littleton, New Hampshire. It was in April, their first car show of the season. And I saw a guy. I'm thinking, God, he looks familiar. I think I've seen him at some of the vintage snowmobile shows. And you'll see here that I go up to him and ask him, you know, do I know you from the vintage snowmobile shows? And you'll find out.
You can talk to anybody, won't you?
In most cases, yes. And turns out we've become good friends since then, because I'd only met him a couple of times, but I'd interviewed him and everything at previous shows. In fact, I've got that somewhere too. But yeah, let's take a look here at the car he brought to the car show that day. Like the Torino. Starsky and Hutch live on. Gotta love it. It's nice. This is nice. It's Torino.
Hey, Daddy, how are you? Good. Yeah. Always nice. There's a couple of them.
That's it right there. Nice. I'm live on Facebook and YouTube right now. If you like talking it up? No, that's all right. No worries. All right, though. What year is it? Nice. That's really nice. Okay. Is you for snowmobile shows?
Yeah.
Phil, right?
Yep.
Yeah, good to see you, man.
See ya.
Oh, you look there. I'm thinking, standing. That couldn't be. No, maybe it is him. Maybe it's not him. Phil, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Now, if you got, oh, this is your sweet. Like talking it up, just like we do with the snow. Over again, isn't it? That's cool. Yeah, you know my name is, and yeah, cool.
Hi, I'm Phil Bell. This is my cool. This car is all original paint. Sunday night, I got on
Wow.
myself.
Yeah, I bet.
It's a 3 Cleveland 4-speed car.
Nice. Yeah, go ahead.
It's a Bentley.
That's a snuggle with your honey seat.
Here, these cars, a lot of these came through with the Bentley 4-speed for some reason, instead of the buckets in the console. I had one just like this in college.
Oh, really?
I wanted another one.
Nice. Deja vu all over again.
Yeah, well, the movie came out in around 2001 with Clint Eastwood, Green Torino.
Yeah.
And I was sitting in my chair one morning, and the trailer came on the TV showing about first few clips. They didn't show the car. like the next week you saw the car.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, that's my car. Because my original one yesterday.
Yeah.
People over here around. And then I actively started looking for one.
Yeah.
And this one popped up on a Sunday night. And the car, the original inspection sticker still on here from 1980, 81.
Oh, really?
So,
Okay. This caught my eye though too. This is nice. That's cool. Look at that.
the guy that owned it passed away. It was a raised ranch house across from the house. The car was underneath that garage. The widow asked him to pull it out.
Yeah.
So he pulled it out, got it running, and put it on eBay. And I was like, it was instantaneous. And he had to make offer or buy it now. So I made an offer.
Yeah.
Of like $1,000 less than what they wanted. And when I work, my son says, let's go check the computer. I turned it on. It says, congratulations, you have won.
Yeah.
Pay now.
Nice.
And my son runs to tell my wife. I said, oh boy. So, yeah, made a plan to, I sent him $1,000 on PayPal.
Yeah.
And he took the truck and trailer and drove all the way across Pennsylvania.
Wow.
My wife said, what are you going to do if it's a piece of crap? Turn around right back.
Yeah.
The car was beautiful.
Wow. And this is as you found it?
Yep.
Wow.
Original paint, original stripes, original wheels.
Nice. Now, was this the same year as the one they had on Starsky? And pretty similar.
75. 75.
Okay.
75.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah.
That's still today.
Yeah. Iconic. Definitely.
One red was-
Yeah.
I wanted a 72, so I had school.
Sure.
The 73, the government came out with a 5 mile an hour bump.
Yes.
They changed 73.
Sure.
It's rare to find them. They're out there. They made a lot of things.
Sure.
They made station wagons, materials, everything.
Nice.
These are the last gasps for performance before it.
Sure.
It's a 4-barrel, big horsepower motor.
Yeah. And things were starting to change by the mid '70s with the downsizing and
Regulations.
yeah.
Prices rising.
Sure.
So, I had one that wasn't cool when I was a kid. Everybody said it's a big boat.
Sure.
Now they're cool.
Yeah. Definitely.
I wanted to find another one. I was very lucky to find one. Especially one that had no miles.
How many miles is
It had 13.5 when I pulled it
sweet?
around.
Our buddy Phil Bell. This is both car show. I think it's tonight in Littleton, New Hampshire. There's a all which is a really good show as well. But he's got a site there doing not only that. I've got it for his business. I do not, but his business is Beach Hill Automotive. They do reparations and maintenance, repair, classic cars, things like that. In Bethlehem, New Hampshire. So just do for Beach Hill, Bethlehem, New Hampshire. Really good guy. Oh, here Stacy and our had one yellow black top, 354. Excellent. And John's. Hey, look, let me. I'm on a and Grant thrifty 351 Cobra bright red. I wish he still had. Absolutely. Mike White show fellas, we appreciate that. Yeah, we appreciate all our viewers. Next 4th of July and everything, we're going to be doing a but 7-9 we're doing some area where it'll be and then this. Oh, good. Terry Mountain is saying goodbye to. Let me pop the graphic up again. July 16th, we're going to be talking with Sean Smith. He's the president and publisher of Auto Roundup Publications. If you see these titles at Walmart and other places that sell quality periodicals, you probably recognize these publications here. We're going to have him on and on the 16th of July. Going to get to know him, ask him about the backstory on these publications, and please be thinking of any questions you might want to ask him about those publications. He's going to be hanging out with us, and I'm sure we're going to have a good time. And oh, here we go. Vintage Mini Bike Lover says Starsky and Hutch made them very popular back in the day. Absolutely. Yep.
Starsky and Hutch probably went through quite a few of those cars.
Yes, definitely. Well, cool. Rob, any final thoughts? Down?
Oh, glad we got to see this a little.
Yeah. Yeah. And one viewing 4th of July or Canadian Day. Is that Rob?
No. This weekend is
Victoria.
weekend.
On the Baptist to Quebec thing, or?
I think so.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Cool deal.
But get the addresses for the people who left comments tonight, and the guy who wanted about the C phone, and we'll send some magnetic stickers out to products to the guy asked about the C phone.
Definitely. Yes. In fact, the people that were commenting tonight, please message me on Facebook, because we're all friends on Facebook. Send me your address and we will see it. And we appreciate you doing that, Rob. Thank you also for your efforts, Rob, to bring Gale Banks on here. We are looking forward to that for sure. And we appreciate your efforts on that.
Okay, great show, Mike.
All right. Have a wonderful
Have a good
holiday.
long weekend.
Yes. Have a wonderful Victoria Day and 4th of July, and we'll catch up with you guys in 2 weeks' time.
Okay.
And as always, we'll give the last word to Amsoil. Have a good one, everybody. Hello, everyone. This is Rob and Mike. How you doing today?
Mike,
Very well. Thanks for coming on. Now, we're going to be talking about Amsoil, and in a few moments, we're going to show you how you can get discounts, free shipping, gifts, order your Amsoil products through us. I'm going to ask Rob to give you a description and why you should consider using Amsoil products.
thanks, Mike. Amsoil is 100% synthetic oils, and people like the benefits that Amsoil is 25 miles away. Reason we it doesn't oxidize. It doesn't form the usual carbons, gums, sludges like petroleum. That's why we can keep it. Those never do wear out, oxidize themselves. They have to be changed. Amsoil likes the benefit that you only have to change the oil once a year. Some of the people like it's a slippery. By having a slippery type, it cuts less friction and drag, engine money cooler, gas mount. It's 25% more protected than the industry is in the Amsoil bottles. Each customer gets about 10% increase in gas. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
And drag, for every degrees you cut down the friction and drag, doubles the life of the engine. So by having the engine run, it makes it last longer. Some people the benefit of the range of the Amsoil. Flash point is 455 degrees, and it pours at 0. Petroleum oil, when it's 10 below, I'm petroleum oil, and down. All season oil can get long, cheaper over years than petroleum oils.
That's amazing. And is a pretty much motorized vehicle. Any cars, trucks, snows.
A lot of people phone me up and say, well, here, Lou, exactly what I told you. Weather, it makes it last long. And they better thing. Cooler last better performance. So the Amsoil has.
So let's hopefully to think maybe joining us in the experience. Let's the discount free happens. I'm going to pop a graphic on the screen. That means if you want to talk people through how this preferred customer program works.
Amsoil has a number of programs. One of our main ones is a catalog customer, where somebody can order directly out of our catalog. If they order out of the catalog, they order $100 worth, Amsoil will ship it right to their house. But our best program is our preferred customer. For only $10 for 6 months, you become a preferred customer. You save 25% on all the product. You order $100 worth, they're going to give you free shipping. You don't have to order a whole case. You can mix and match. Say you want 4 bottles of small engine, 7 bottles of 5W30, and a couple of gear loops. You can mix and match. You can order 1 bottle at a time if you want. There's no minimums, no maximums. By being a preferred customer, you save over 25% on all the products you're going to buy. Amsoil sends you extra gifts, $5 gift certificate on your birthday, $5 when you renew your account, stuff like that. So it's a way to save on some of the products you want to buy.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, it's an incredible value, and this is the deepest level of discount that anyone can get when ordering Amsoil. Is that correct?
It is. It is.
Wonderful, wonderful. So let's take people through the step-by-step experience of placing an Amsoil order. Then that would include signing up for the preferred customer discount, or sorry, preferred customer program, so they can receive those deepest levels of discount. So let's go to the website. This is what the website's going to look like. These are some shots. Once you go to com, or you can just type that into a browser.com, and on at the upper corner of the I've circled in red, click the Join Now link. That will take preferred customer program page where you can discount shipping and everything that we've just been talking. Page looks like in the lower right, Join Now. This will pop up. Select the duration you'd like, whether it's once this pops away, main page where I've got that red arrow. Now you can start shopping for first order. These discounts and the free shipping, as long as you'll get all. So job, it's going to take you the product page. There's different types of oils, lubricants, so forth. For this we're doing now, I'm just going to click motor oil. It shows different types of motor oil. Let's click. Now this there's synthetic motor oil, and you can see this is for different viscosity. Look at the product. Look, let's zoom in. Find the preferred customer automatic cheapest levels of discount. That's what we're looking at here. You're saving 3 cents, paying $16.29, at 12. The deepest level of discount you get. And then you just add the quantity that you'd like. You select any other items that you're thinking about, add them to the cart. And once you click add to cart for the final time, you're going to see this come up at the top of the screen. It's going to show your items and your the total that you're at so far. Pardon me. And then you just click view cart in the upper right, and that'll take you to your cart. Take a close look here at the right. That blue box shows that you're getting free shipping. You're eligible for free shipping on this order because it's over $100. That little yellow box shows that you've preferred customer membership on your order. That gives you the deepest levels of discounts for the next 6 to 12 months. Below that, you've got the items that have been selected. I just, for the exercise here, I selected 9 core signature series, but that brings us up over $100 with free shipping. We're saving $34.20. And if you're ready to finish, you click checkout now, and that takes you to this screen here. If you haven't signed up with an Amsoil account at this point, just click right to create an account, create a new. It's going to ask you for skin types of things. Let's take a look at the gray shaded box. This is a very important. This is going to ask you to and please enter on the screen for the correct spelling. Also, the referral number 304-555-94. That's how you make sure that Rob and I get credit for this. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have signed up for Amsoil under Rob. So when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. So if you enjoy these podcasts that were wonderful, we'll support the podcast. When you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit, and the commissions I make go directly toward offsetting the cost of doing these podcasts. For using my referral number, I very much appreciate. And once you've done that, you just go to enter your information, and once you've placed your order, there's $100, and that order includes your Amsoil preferred customer program. You are now able to get a free DVD myself. To be either a muscle car DVD or a DVD. Use the email address on the screen, WKS@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know which DVD you would like me to send you, the muscle car or the vintage snowmobile DVD. And I'll get that. You're typing in that subject line, free DVD request, stands up checking my email. That right out. I guess the last thing, Rob, that we wanted, if someone is considering Amsoil as a business opportunity,
yes, if he has retail commercial and they would like to buy direct, just send Mike a line. Show you how to set up buy directly. You are interested in starting your own business. Sometimes that go into Mike and I will show you the Amsoil. Amsoil has a large products that almost every. So it doesn't matter if you're boating or hot rods. Application. It's a fun one. Where else can I go and have fun doing it? And Mike and I are here to help you all the way along if you need any help on how to promote or to find new accounts, we're here to help you.
For sure, for sure. So when you sign up under that number, this 304-555-94, you're getting Rob and I as a team. Now, Rob has been doing Amsoil for 40 years. Can you believe that? 40 years. So he knows every aspect of this business, and he knows all of the ins and outs of the products. So he'll be able to help you with any kind of product questions or any kind of questions to show you the different business models that you can do with Amsoil. And then the other thing that you get when you sign up under me is I've got a strong background in social media. So if you need some coaching on how to generate Amsoil leads using Facebook and YouTube, I'm happy to coach you with that when you sign. You get both of us as a team to help you, to coach you, whatever you need to get you off and running with this business. Having fun with it. It's an enormous amount of fun. And you enjoy going to any kind of boat shows, motorcycle, anything with where you like going to those events. This is a great way to turn an opportunity for you.
Yes. And one of these events, and ask me about Amsoil. People don't care to buy it, and I'm there to help them, show them.
Well, cool. Well, great. Any final thoughts? Put up.
On business. Amsoil's been around since 1968. It was the first synthetic oil to be AI approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's very early in the game too, isn't it?
Yes.
For sure. Well, good. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for viewing. Hopefully we've gotten you as excited as we are about this. We'd love it if you could join us, either one who uses the Amsoil or to join the opportunity. Thank you so much for viewing.
You have a good day.